Down goes Ursaring. Staraptor now finds itself with 1 to no shield advantage. And in case you didn't know, when shields are down, Shadow Staraptor absolutely goes to town. Staraptor looking for that 1 shield. Quick attack farm all the way down. The opponent thinking about it. Out comes Flygon. Flygon not going to appreciate the fly damage. Fly nearly one-shots. The opponent pivots out into a Bomber Snow, but a Bomber Snow going to be straight in and straight out. Welcome back to the channel. We've taken a few days off, but today we are back at it. For those of you wondering where I've been, of course, recently we had a Team Rocket takeover and I grinded my absolute nuts off. For the first 3 days, I went out of 100% phone battery, grinded it down all the way to 0, twice per day, taking around 5 hours of my time. Despite that insane grind, I was rewarded with very little. What can I say? Sometimes RNG is just a bitch. It is what it is. However, I'm not too disheartened. There's plenty of time to catch the shadow Pokemon, and in the distant future, I will be bringing all of them to the channel with my own gameplay. However, on a more positive note, to get me back in the mood to shoutcast some Pogo, we have an insane shoutcast from Exceedy. Exceedy is running double normal with the 2 nuke monsters, Shadow Ursaring and Shadow Staraptor. Both these very attack weighted Shadow Pokemon have access to the hard hitting move Close Combat with Fly and Swift respectively. Rounding the team off, we've got the regular variant of Swampert to give the team some very much needed bulk. I'm looking for some shoutcasts. If you'd also like to be featured on the channel, you know what to do. The battle submission form is linked down below. And without any further ado, let's get into the battles. And in game 1, we have a battle of Mud Boys. Swampert been around since the start of PvP. Quag has rose in popularity due to gaining access to Aquatail on its com day. Quag's side does have the pace and advantage in this matchup. A Hydro Cannon going to hit objectively harder than an Aquatail. Both trainers exchange Protect Shield. The opponent then farms up, try to catch a Hydro Cannon onto Ferrothorn. Exceeder like nah. Holds their energy and then sends out the Boom Bird Staraptor. Staraptor going to shield a potential Thunder, and we correctly shield at the Thunder. That is going to allow Staraptor to outpace to the double close combats. If the opponent shields the first, which they do, they're about to get knocked out with the second. So the second close combat's locked. It's loaded. Get that Ferrothorn off my screen. Staraptor claims its first big boom. Out comes Stunfisk. Stunfisk also going to fall victim. Getting boomed to the face with the close combat. Close combat rocks them. Below half health. Exceedy goes for that wham, bam, combo play. Pivots out into Swampert. Swampert knocks him out with the Hydro Cannon. And it's now Quagsire versus the world. Aquatail from this range simply will not get the job done. The opponent fires it off. Exceedy recognising a Hydro Cannon also won't be lethal. Commits to the Earthquake, forcing the energy on the Quagman. Quagsire secures the knockout with the Aquatail. Out comes Ursaring. Ursaring could have just went for the Swift, but why not put the Stamp of Authority, throw in the close combat, and that's going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we see a tricky lead. Swampert into a Bomber Snow. We see the save switch into Ursaring, and out comes Shadow Quagsire. Exceedy gonna force send the close combat, looking to land big damage on this incoming Mud Boy. The opponent shits their pants, putting up that Protect Shield. We're gonna see Exceedy match Protect Shield. Ideally, we'd rather the opponent went all shields down and really look to keep that positive alignment, opening up the door for Staraptor to go booming. The opponent falls for the trap, not only putting up that Protect Shield, playing to the CMP side, they do not win. Shout out the GOAT, home size Henry for that quote. Out comes Staraptor. Staraptor looking for that 1 shield quick attack farm all the way down. And what really wants to tank this energy? We know a Bomber Snow cannot return. What is that third? The opponent thinking about it. Out comes Flygon. Flygon going to be greeted with the Fly. Fly going to land for big damage. The opponent recognises they cannot reach the move. Send out a Bomber Snow, but the Snowman going to be straight in and straight out. Back out comes Flygon. Staraptor going to quick attack farm down, and we emerge victorious. GG's. In the next battle, we see the Battle of the Ground types, a pretty neutral matchup. Flygon going to opt to throw the Dragon Claw as soon as they get it, which is really poor timing. Exceedy says thank you very much for the free Mud Shot. Exceedy goes for optimal fast move timing, 1 Mud Shot and the Hydro Cannon, forcing our Protect Shield back. Exceedy not messing around, going straight for the next Hydro Cannon, forcing the opponent to make a decision. The opponent unwilling to 2-shield Flygon, and out comes Dunsparce. Swampert still not done. Gonna fire off 6 Mud Shots, attempting to trap the opponent into a CMP type. The opponent far smart on that, take the extra, but Dunsparce gonna have a very tough time of rollout farming us down. The opponent forced to throw a charge move. They actually go for the rock slide, perhaps anticipating us making a catch. Out comes Ursaring, able to fire off the Swift. Swift from this range will be securing the knockout. The opponent saving that final protect shield for the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Bird of death, but Ursaring still not done. Gonna fire off the Swift at very nice fast move timing. Going for the correct 7 Shadow Claws and the Swift. We pivot into Staraptor. Staraptor gonna quick attack farm down, and we take that game. In the next battle, we see another tricky lead with Swampert into Orangaroo. We're kind of forced to stay in here. Unfortunately, our Ursaring also doesn't want to see this due to the fact they're part normal, meaning our Shadow Claws will be single resisted. Normal does double resist Ghost, where Psychic will be hitting for super effective. Exceedy shield up the Trailblaze, and then he's going to look to fire off this sneaky Earthquake through the Protect Shield. Exceedy not wanting to get farmed down, pivots out into Ursaring. Ursaring not tanking these boosted confusions particularly well. Trailblaze doesn't quite secure the knockout. Exceedy able to land the close combat, and from this range, close combat will be securing the knockout. And we've now got Staraptor with a 1-0 shield advantage. Out comes Talonflame. Exceedy gonna send out Staraptor. The opponent banks some energy and then send out Dunsparce. Dunsparce, one of the thickest mon in the format. Surely a close combat doesn't one-shot, does it? Holy crap, yes it does. Back out comes Talonflame. Staraptor still not done. Able to reach the fly. Is fly enough to knock out? Of course it is. And Staraptor showcases what it really is, the Boom Bird. What a game. Heading into the next battle, we see Swampert into the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Bird of death. The opponent sends out Trevenant, and my god, Trevenant is not going to appreciate Staraptor whatsoever. I'm quite surprised there to see Exceedy invest the Protect Shield. The opponent went for the Shadow Ball, and that would be double resisted due to normal double resisting Ghost. Exceedy heavily over farms before firing off the fly, removing Trevenant from the field of play. Back out comes Talonflame. Again, Exceedy throwing a very good fast move timing, 2 quick attacks and the fly. The opponent reluctant to throw energy, allowing Staraptor to reach 1 further fly. And the opponent now in a real tricky spot. The opponent invests both Protect Shields, looking to keep Talonflame alive. We send out Swampert, and the opponent is ABA weak to a Pokemon I famously nicknamed the GOAT. Swampert fires off the Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon gonna land for massive damage. Swampert not messing around, reaching the second Hydro Cannon, removing Diggersby from the field of play. Back out comes Talonflame, and we make a savage catch, catching the potential Brave Bird onto Ursaring. The opponent actually went for the Flame Charge bait, but no bait. We'll be saving this opponent's fate as Ursaring reaches the Swift, and Swift is gonna be all she wrote. GG's. Heading into the next battle. Holy cow, that is some spice from the opponent. Rapidash, the opponent say switches into Trevenant, and here comes Staraptor. This time Exceedy just not messing around, going to opt to go straight for the fly. The opponent invests that Protect Shield, looking to make a play at switch. But what are you going to throw here? We see this time the no shield deployed. What the heck was that? Holy crap. Resisted Seed Bomb does like 75-80% of our HP. That is absolutely absurd. Exceedy heavily overfarms before firing off the fly. Fly forces the Protect Shield, and it looks like we could actually get double resisted Shadow Claw farm down. So we see their pivot into Ursaring. Ursaring gonna block up the incoming Seed Bomb, and out comes Licky. Far too thicky, but Ursaring about to put that nickname to the test. Licky, are you thick enough? Close combat. Ursaring says no, you're not. Get that Lickitung, or Licky I should say, off my screen. Out comes Rapidash. Close combat. Oh my days. Also picks up the knockout. Wow. Ursaring, Staraptor, you are 2 very glassy Pokemon, but my god, you hit hard. Heading into the next battle, we see Swampert into Gligar. This little bat-looking thing, or perhaps it's a scorpion, was once a top meta threat, but it's now more of a meme pick than a dream pick. It's so spiced that even Callum on Toast has opted to run it, and that tells you all you need to know. Interestingly enough, it looks like the opponent looking to compensate for that wing attack nerf, opting for the cheaper Night Slash. Swampert tanks the damage, we then see the pivot into Ursaring. Ursaring also gets Night Slash to the face, and out comes Incineroar. Yep, just YOLO the close combat trainer. It's just a Swift, I promise. It's just a Swift! Oh man, the opponent shields up the close combat and commits that double kick farm down. Exceedy sends out Swampert smartly, doesn't play to the CMP tie that we do not win. We shield up the Blast Burn, throw 1 Mud Shot and the Hydro Cannon, looking to remove Incineroar from the field of play. The opponent invests to Protect Shield, but trainer, you're just going to get outpaced. Swampert will be getting in on the big boom action. Hydro Cannon picks up that 1-hit KO, and we are spamming the switch. We see Staraptor with a 1-0 shield advantage versus Dunsparce. All we need to be mindful of is the opponent has a potential to make a catch. The opponent tries their luck making that catch. Exceedy doesn't fall for any of that nonsense. Dunsparce about to get close combated to the face, and of course we already know it easily picks up the knockout. GG's. In the next battle we see Swampert into Talonflame. The opponent farms up some energy and then send out the Quagman. Exceedy looking for some chip and dip. I imagine we throw this and then send out Ursaring. That's exactly what we see happen. The opponent farms up, get far too greedy, end up playing to the CMP tie. The Ursaring will certainly be winning and we force ourselves an early shield advantage. Exceedy thinking about it last second, looks to call the Aquatail bait, and it is indeed an Aquatail bait. Again, the opponent hasn't learnt their lesson, playing to yet another CMP tie that they do not win. I think that is such a poor mid-game from the opponent. We send back out Swampert. Exceedy going to invest a Protect Shield in case it's a potential Brave Bird. The opponent actually only go for the Fly and then send out Diggersby. We bank a boatload of energy and then send out Staraptor. Staraptor, an insanely classy Pokemon, going to shield up the Fire Punch, and rightfully so. We've already seen just how much damage a resisted Seed Bomb did. The opponent this time fire off the Scorching Sand. That is a double resisted move, trainer. I certainly would have went for the Fire Punch. That would have at least hit for neutral. I'll be honest, I have no idea what's going on. This opponent must be drunk or perhaps high. Two things I wouldn't recommend doing before playing GBL. Exceedy going to take a very strange win, and that is going to end today's very short video. GG's. Huge shout out to Exceedy for bringing us a very fun battle submission in the Sunshine Cup. I normally like to put out videos around 20 odd minutes, but you can tell with these two nuke monsters, the battles are very short and sweet. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. If you'd like your battles featured on my channel, a link to our battle submission form is down below. And as always, a huge thank you to everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.